You said you need help? You said you're sick of the whiteboard?
We do not care.
My name is Dion Wise. I am a systems engineer at an aerospace company. And when I go and have to present on the requirements of what the system should and should not be doing, or what it and how it should be performing the tasks it needs to perform, that is very nerve wracking for me. It causes some anxiety to not know what the outcome of my presentation is going to be. I'm gonna have to answer questions and stuff after it, and that is, it causes anxiety. I don't know what's gonna happen, but the way I take it, the way I see it is, I don't know. I'm okay with not knowing. I'm not prepared for what I'm about to get. I have, a few key things that I feel like will get brought up, but no one's really prepared. And not being prepared is okay. So really, you have to be prepared to not be prepared, and that is where you just have to get comfortable with. Honestly, it's been a struggle for me. I've had to give lots of presentations. I put myself in uncomfortable spots. It's putting yourself on that leading edge and making that fun. The more you do it, the more you feel like you can do it again and again and again and again and again. And honestly, I've been doing it a lot. I feel like I can do it again, but do I want to? Deep down, I really don't. But I know I'm growing and I'm getting better than last time. And that consistency of just putting myself out there on the leading edge is has been so nice, so great, so just I start to feel comfort in not knowing. A lot of the times now when I give my presentations or my speeches or whatever, I like to go off script. Funny story actually. I went to Auburn, and so there was a stroll off that we had, and they wanted us to present to some of the kids at the stroll off, tell them about college and other stuff, right? But so we went there, we strolled, and I knew I was going to give the presentation and being like, yeah, this is, Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, Blue Phi, all that stuff and give that. But I wanted to leave them with a little something more than that. And I wasn't prepared to give something more. I kind of felt like I wanted to say something like, yeah, if you don't want to go to college, don't worry about going to college because college can basically scam you. I didn't want to say it would scam them, but I wanted to let them know that, hey, if you don't know what you're doing and you want to go to college, think about what just think about it. You can go to a trade school. There's other options in college. All of us up here went to college, but you don't have to if you don't know what you're doing. I've known a lot of personal people in my life that have gone to college and they're looking for a job, something to fulfill their degree, and they're going to have student loans and stuff like that. I have student loans and I have a job, and that it sucks. It absolutely sucks. But anyways, so I go up there and I say what I'm supposed to say, but during it, I just feel like I'm messing up. The kids are all looking at me like, "What are you talking about? We should go to college, right?" The it was hard for me to convey my point, and I feel like I really messed it up. But at the end of it, people came to me. They was like, "Oh yeah, that was like really nice what you said about the college and everything for the kids." And in the back of my head, I'm thinking about the amount of times I stumbled, stuttered, didn't really convey the. It wasn't how I wanted it in my head. And come to find out, at the end of the day, it was fine, because that's just life. It's not always going to turn out exactly how you want it, because it was something I wasn't prepared for, and I knew I haven't done like public speaking like that a lot. That was the going through the bumps in the road. That was paving the way. And I've had a lot of those little moments to where I feel not completely comfortable, but more comfortable giving presentations on something I'm not fully prepared for. And I feel like a lot of it just comes to having that internal experience. You have the internal experience of okay, I've been in this situation before. I don't know exactly what's going on, but I know I can get through it if I just trust in myself and having that trust and the faith in yourself. So, how do you get that trust in your faith how do you get that trust and faith in yourself? The only way you'll be able to get the confidence to be able to speak in front of people or talk to women or build a business or become more fit is by doing it. You have to do it. When you start doing it, it becomes easier. You start gaining confidence. Why do you have the confidence? Because you've been doing it over and over and over and over again. You've seen situations before. You've heard questions before. It may not be the same exact question or same problem that you're getting faced with, but you know you've felt problems like this before, and then you start to become, your anxiety becomes less and less and less and less, but you just have to do it. And I fall a victim of this a lot. Some people are really good at it, some people are really bad at it, but there are two things that there's a spectrum, and there's two sides of that spectrum on getting work done. There is the side where you just go, 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 and you do it, and that's just it, you just do it. Then there's the side of gaining information. You want to gain a lot of information, right? And both sides are good, right? To me, it's the brains and the brawn. The brawn is going to do it. It's going to be physically there doing it. The brains is strategically thinking, trying to make everything work. They have to work together for you to be able to succeed, right? Now, to me, how that reflects to me in my life, the brains of doing something is me doing a lot of research, a lot of YouTube videos, saving videos on Instagram, doing all this stuff. And the bronze, the brain and the bronze, that is doing it. That's the execution. That is the doing, like writing the code. That is writing the requirements. That is filming. That is presenting. That is getting stuff, sending stuff to people, making the documents, the PDFs, the flyers, the logo, the business cards, handing it out to people, having those awkward conversations with other business owners, because that's one thing I'm doing now is I'm talking to more business owners about the AI advertising agency that I'm starting. That is uncomfortable for me. But people come to me and they're like, Dion, I didn't think that was, I thought you were like, you're good, you're comfortable with it. Heck no, I'm not comfortable with it all the time. I'm not. It's just, I do it because I see the long-term vision of it, and I know if I put myself in those uncomfortable spaces, it's going to work out. I went to my barber the other day. He was, I told him about my mom's business, and then afterwards, I'm like, appreciate you got me right. You remember how I told you about my mom's business and how she does the sewing and everything? I'm branching off. I'm starting my own business. Here's my business card. Saying that, I was kind of stuttering on stuff a little bit because I know how it feels to get something sold to you, and I don't like that feeling. Now I gotta be the person to be like, hey, this is me putting this out, giving this to you, and I don't want to be that person, but I'm getting comfortable being that person and using the no's that I'm gonna get as data points to my future, as like, okay, you don't want to do business with me? Do you mind if I ask you why? Why? Okay, because you think it's too expensive. Okay, I'll take a note of that. That's a data point to my business, and I'm gonna use that information, right? So, anyways, back to the two hemispheres of thinking versus doing, right? A lot of us, a whole lot of us, get caught up in the thinking, the research, the social media diving, the YouTube videos, the hour-long tutorials. All of that is great. But how many of those do you need to watch before you start executing? Before you start doing? There's a lot of information out there that if you just follow one good source and you believe in it and you know that it's good, it should work for you. Now, I talked about the good and bad of the brains of thinking it, right? It's important to have a plan. Strategic. This is where your consciousness comes from. Consistency loves consciousness, and speed loves success, right? So once you have that consistency and you're doing it a lot, you start getting faster with it. Then you start becoming more successful with it at a faster rate. Now, if you're just doing something fast, you're just doing it, do you know why you're doing it, for one? And if not, that's a problem. But it could be working, could not be working. Do you have a reason why it's working? Are you thinking about why it's working? Do you know where you're headed? You could be doing something that's really good, but long term, it's running you to the ground. It's not sustainable. You're just doing this, and you're not setting up strategic systems to filter yourself out of that system. Then you're gonna burn yourself out. You're gonna be tired, and it's gonna be like the tortoise and the hare. You gotta have the thinking and the doing. And I'm talking to people that are young like me. I'm 25. I'm talking to those people because that's what I'm currently doing, and that's what I'm currently going through, and that's what I'm currently building. I am building something for a future version of myself, and I want to make this video to the other 25-year-old or younger, or even if you're 27, 28, 29, right? You have time. You have the ability to make things work. Don't waste the time doing so much of this or so much of that. Combine it together, and that will pay dividends in the future. I think I said everything I needed to say in this video, really. If you want to compare this to rockets and rocket ships and what they go through, so there's a thing called max Q. Max Q, yeah. When the rocket is going up in the atmosphere, the rocket's just going up. Rocket's going up. That takes a lot of force. It takes a lot of energy for it to go up. When it's lifting off, that is not the hardest part of the rocket going. We're going to compare ourselves to a rocket here. Starting takes a lot of energy to start. When you look at a rocket launch, it starts off real slow, then it starts to accelerate, right? Good. Then it gets to that point in the atmosphere where all the pressure of it's really beating that structural body up. It's really, that is the max Q, max P, whatever it's called when they're going out into space. That is when you're getting all of the no's, all of the denials, all of the challenges, all of the financials, all of the problems, right? You don't know exactly what it's going to be like until you go through it. And then when you go through it, you may not get the same problems next time, but you know it's something that's there that's going to be throwing stuff at you, throwing tomatoes at you for whatever reason. And after you get through that, it's smooth sailing. You're in space. You're chilling. So I really wanted to, like I said, make this video for anyone that's struggling, for anyone that feels like they're a little lost. Maybe this is a video telling you to strategize more, reel you back in from this side, telling you to strategize more, or maybe this is the video of me telling you to execute more. Bring yourself back in from the strategic thinking side. It's great, but are you physically well? Are you able to execute? Are you able to articulate your mind and your ideas that you have in the world? Practice on that. Start executing. Your plan is great. Your plan is good. Your plan is great. Can you execute on it? There are plenty of great ideas. There's a quote that says, there's the biggest place where all the ideas, like when you drive past a graveyard, there's so many ideas that are 6 feet under. So many ideas that are 6 feet under. Now, is that going to be you? We're all going to be 6 feet under one day, but are you going to be someone that takes their idea to the grave? People are always like, oh yeah, take it to the grave, take it to the grave. You know, do you want to take your idea to the grave? Do you want to take your idea to the grave? We are all going to perish at one point. Knowing that, do you want to take your ideas to the grave? Or do you want to take your deepest, darkest... You could take your deepest, darkest secret to the grave, but do you want to take your idea to the grave? Think about that. Do you want to come up with a brilliant... You can come up with a brilliant business plan, brilliant strategy, brilliant, script to talk to girls, brilliant, playbook. But if you don't go out there to the actual field, it means nothing. It means nothing. And that is something that I'm doing for myself. And that's something I'm encouraging you all to do for yourselves, because you got to go out there on the field. I got a brother. His name is Malachi. Shout out to Malachi. He's out there doing the work in the field. He has, that sounds bad. He has, out in California, he's having Wealth Live. No, he's out there. Okay, he's out there having Wealthwise Live meetups with his people, and that's something I want to bring to Huntsville. So he's having Wealthwise Live meetups to talk about financial literacy and to gain a community at a third space. I want to do that for the mental and consciousness space here in Huntsville. So I'm going to be out in the field. I'm going to be trying to set something up. I'm going to invite my friends and everything. Y'all come out and support. But that's just me, my plan, my future. What do you want to do? What's the impact you want to make? What is the desires that you have? And if you think about it, if you have the ability to do it, that's all you need. I didn't even use this whiteboard today. I didn't need it. I just wanted to talk to y'all real quick. Stay wise.